Hello guys and welcome. This is I play 4K, aka I play 16K, or aka I play 8K, whatever you want to call it. www.iplay4k.com. And today I'm going to show you Burnout Paradise Remastered, running on 16K resolution. We're going to talk briefly about it. 12K resolution. Right now I'm running 10K resolution, so 10K resolution, low, medium, high. 8K resolution, low, medium, high. 5K resolution, ultra high with 16 times anti-aliasing, or 8 times anti-aliasing, whatever it's allow us, and 4K resolution with all the way on the anti-aliasing as well. So as you can see, self-explanatory. At the left top, that number is self-explanatory, pretty much the VRAM frequency, which is 8000 megahertz. Today I'm running this on the laptop with the GTX 1070 video card, and pretty much this GTX 1070 GP104 revised version in this laptop is faster than GTX 1070 in the desktops. Keep that in mind. And it's running VRAM 8000 megahertz, same as desktop GTX 1070. Right now we're utilizing 6595 megabytes on our VRAM. The total VRAM usage can be 8192 megabytes. Okay, but as again, about 128 to 256 megabytes can be stored by the system. Keep that in mind. Then GTX GPU GTX 1070 M as kind of mobile, 80 Celsius. Oops, drop the key. Okay, drop the mouse. So pretty much, as you can tell, this laptop is connected through the HDMI cable to a TV, 8K resolution TV native, and we're going to pretty much downscale from 10K resolution to 8K, and then native 5K and 4K. Keep that in mind. Downscaling is beautiful quality. Upscaling is bad quality. You want to downscale to lower resolution, and you're going to have that quality beautiful, crystal clear and sharp. So we're not losing any pixel density and stuff like that. We're still going to have a clearest, beautiful 8K resolution on YouTube, guys. Okay, so 10,880 by 5,760 pixels. Go ahead and grab yourself an iced tea or whatever drink you like to drink. Make sure it's not an alcohol. Alcohol is pretty bad drink for you. Alcohol is not promoted over the iplay4k.com YouTube channel ever. So this is the high presets effect with SSAO off. Usually high preset says SSAO normal, so SSAO can be disabled and enabled. Right now it's disabled, but with the high presets, let's go ahead and have a look, shall we, guys? A lot of people was asking for this, and I decided to go ahead and dedicate 2 hours for this. So it's going to be 2-hour video, guys, longer than usual. I will see what kind of results we're gonna get out of this video. So if you're watching, make sure to smash that like button. This game is amazing. So the original classic version was released in 2009. Guys, keep in mind that I'm not reading this information, I'm just saying it in real time. And it was released in 2009, and the remastered version that only increased the polygons on the meshes of the vehicles and a little bit of the textures resolution was released in 2018, and it was recorded today in 2019 before the 2040. Okay, beautiful. At high 10K resolution, 34 FPS. Guys, I will show you at window mode and at the full screen at 10K at low. As you can see right now, I'm running window mode, so I was pretty much be able to shut down some audio because the game has beautiful soundtracks. Take me down to the paradise city when the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Please take me there, take me home. So it's a beautiful soundtracks, and you're going to enjoy, or some techno from like 2007, 2004. 20 FPS, recording with the shadow play in real time. So please add at least 2-3 FPS to the FPS counter. Again, coming in real time, guys. Thumbs up for that. During this video, you pretty much receiving the experience of emulation if you're going to do just the same thing. But I'm not advising you to go ahead and repeat this type of experiences. You're going to do it on your own risk and expenses. Keep that in mind. I'm not responsible. So 10K resolution at high without the beautiful. Look at this. Look at the details of the car. Wow. And of course you can fix it. The purpose of this video is not the gameplay. The purpose of this video is not the pixel comparison. Anybody knows there's a difference in pixel comparison. 8K resolution, 10K resolution, or 8K resolution to 4K resolution. The purpose of this video, guys, is the performance. So we can know how the Pascal GPU architecture or Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture performance GPU was performing in this game, or GTX 980 Ti. For those old scores, so they can compare and they can see where is their focus if they're purchasing a new computers and what kind of system they want to build without any marketing disinformation. Above 30 FPS, okay? We can play it like this. In this game, the comfortable FPS below 30 milliseconds. But just because, guys, I shared with you my rule, the best delay in milliseconds below 10 milliseconds. But FPS you want to keep as high as possible. But this game has kept FPS at 60 FPS. And there's nothing we can do about it. So 60 FPS is locked, so that's why the higher resolution is possible with higher settings. So high, beautiful, playable. And I don't think that we're overloading our VRAM. Maybe we're about 8000 megabytes, and maybe we're overloading about 128 megabytes to the system RAM during the whole process. There is a possibility. If I'm going to go ahead and enable, guys, we're probably going to crash SSIO. It's immediately going to tax our VRAM by a lot. Let me go ahead and demonstrate it to you actually. The beauty of the shadow player, because it allows us, it's not crashing on us. This is just a beautiful. Okay, we could have some hiccups. We don't have the hiccups, but as you can see, I'm increasing my VRAM load, which is 6900 megabytes. And we decrease on the FPS immediately to 21 FPS, and we increased on our milliseconds delay by 48 milliseconds delay, so we don't want that. So this is uncomfortable gameplay. Everything above 30 milliseconds in this particular game is uncomfortable. Below 30 milliseconds in this particular game, delay between each frame rendered on the screen, so pretty much delay between the GPU, VRAM, and system RAM when it's pretty much offloading into the system RAM and the software, which is DirectX API. Above 30 milliseconds is too high, it's not comfortable. So this is not comfortable. But high with SSIO, guys, keep that in mind. And the purpose of this video is so we can compare the Pascal GPU architecture in this GTX 1070, guys, in this laptop, versus beautiful video cards such as RTX 2080 Ti, GTX 1080 Ti, Titan RTXs and SLIs and stuff like that. So, and we can see where the technology is progressing without any marketing, and saving your money and your time. So don't forget to smash that like button, as again, you're probably drinking your favorite tea. Alcohol is not advised. Alcohol is bad for your health and not promoted over this channel. So SSIO, okay, let's go ahead and do the quality. Instead of high, we're going to do the quality medium. Okay, as again, no anti-aliasing. We're probably going to increase in FPS even with SSIO. So this is the medium, and medium has the SSIO, as you can see, standard, which means it's on. Motion blur doesn't matter for the Pascal GPU architecture as well for the Turing GPU architecture. Guys, keep in mind when I'm going to run this gameplay on Turing GPU architecture such as Titan RTX, RTX 2080 Ti video cards, is going to consume about 10-15% less VRAM, because Titan RTX or RTX Wow, guys, we just crashed as you saw. So I'm going to mute myself again because we don't want to play that beautiful soundtrack, Paradise City, and you're going to enjoy it. But I'm going to disable right now the mic and we will go ahead and try to load it again. So it's crashing in 10K resolution. It's struggling. 8 gigabyte of VRAM is struggling. So guys, as you can see, okay, we're in the game. We didn't crash this time. So 10K resolution is still struggling on 8 gigabyte of VRAM. Okay, and this is when I switched to medium. So pretty much it didn't handle direct 3D surface correctly through the game engine at this resolution because I believe the VRAM overload. Okay, yeah, so 8K resolution at least 11 gigabyte of VRAM, guys, but I am advising you 16 gigabyte of VRAM at least for 8K resolution and above. This is a rule. So okay, all right, let's go ahead and have a look. Guys, make sure you're sipping your favorite drink because it's going to be with SSAO, guys. It's going to be some time for us to discuss, to have some discussions. Such a beautiful game engine by Criterion, and it reminds me a little bit of the Need for Speed game. This game, guys, is after playing Need for Speed Heat, you can play this game and enjoy it. And come on, Need for Speed Heat, if you think Need for Speed Heat is wow, go ahead and try to play Need for Speed 2015 that was released on the PC in 2016, or CSR2 game on the iOS devices. Let's say something on the iPad Pro 3rd generation. Wow, it's beautiful, but 22 FPS, above 40 milliseconds, not comfortable, but benchable. So we're benching, we're testing. Can enable the NAS, but again not comfortable. So you see, guys, the value of PC gaming and compare it with the value of the iOS devices. As again, don't hate me, guys, I'm providing you the real deal, but it was beautiful. As you can see, the formation of the 2D mesh was done beautifully by the software developer of this game engine and the whole game. It's unbelievable. In this 10K resolution, even at low, guys, this 10K resolution feels such superior than 8K resolution at high to me. Look at these details. Especially the car at 10K resolution and above feels like kinda tessellated on the polygon topology of the 3D mesh. Because as again, sometimes I'm going to use the technical language as 3D artist, graphic designer, software developer, and you know, and eventually we will switch, guys, from games to a software developers, and get ready. It's going to be an interesting journey when you're going to be a software developer. Bam, 10K resolution. Okay, so high delay above 40 milliseconds, so pretty much staying 47 milliseconds on the delay. And 22 FPS average. Okay, and it doesn't matter. Let me go ahead and smoke the tires. It doesn't matter with the dynamic particle. Let me go ahead and show it to you. It's just going to be the same 22 FPS. Maximum is going to eat. Yeah, it consumed 1 FPS maximum. This is how the game engine should be done, and it's beautiful volumetric particles, as you can see, guys. Check it out. Let me go ahead and do the full burnout. Sorry about that. See that, guys? 21, 22, still beautiful. Need for Speed 2015 15 that was released on PC in 2016 pretty much consumes great 15-20% of the FPS of the entire game. This one only 1 FPS. Beautiful. Escape, if I'm pressing escape, if it's crashing the game, it's VRAM overload, and it does it at 10K resolution. So 12K resolution, guys. At high I got 7 FPS, 6-7 FPS. At low I got 13-14 FPS, and 16K resolution is only possible at low at 8 gigabyte of VRAM, and the FPS is 5-7 FPS average. Okay. So yeah, of course, real quick, we're going to go ahead and switch to low, but this is with SSIO, and to be able to have a comfortable FPS, you still can have it even with the 8K resolution. I advise you to play at 10K resolution with the 10K downscaling to 8K resolution. This is going to be the best, guys, visuals for you ever. And for those people with the 8K resolution screens. SSIO off, and this is how you want to play it. Let me real quick demonstrate it to you guys in medium and then low. And low completely with SSIO off, because you don't want the SSIO at low. Okay, it crashed because it's probably overload the VRAM, improper handling of some processes, VRAM to the system RAM, and etc, overloading the VRAM and crashing the DirectX 3D surface on the DirectX API. Same thing happens on the OpenGL and any other 3D APIs for the real-time rendering for the games. Keep that in mind, guys. So you're getting some nice information. Oh my god, oh my god. Alright, guys, so I disabled the audio, of course, you understand the reason, and we got back. So it's going to be, this is going to be without, as you can see, everything is running so fast. So we're healthy on our VRAM, 6600 megabytes, and we're healthy on our system RAM as well. So pretty much this game consumes around 7000 megabytes in the system RAM. Okay, so here we go, medium. Okay, SSIO off, and this is not the low yet. You're not at the low yet, guys. As again, I'm coming in real time while I'm playing this, so I will try not to edit this video. This is one take. 36 FPS playable. Alright, it's playable, and it's comfortable too, guys. Below 30 milliseconds, as I told you, for this game, below 30 milliseconds is comfortable gameplay. This game unfortunately locked to 60 FPS. Keep that in mind, and you cannot fix it. On 120 Hz monitor, it still will be 60 Hz. For some people, it's going to be uncomfortable, but this game, even fun, even today, if you're going to compare this game versus the Need for Speed Heat. So keep that in mind. And Need for Speed Heat was released 2019. This remaster version of the Burnout Paradise Remastered was released on Origin in 2018. And this video is recorded in 2019, same year that Need for Speed Heat was released. But Need for Speed Heat almost has the same topology in 3D meshes on the AI vehicles, and only the vehicles of the player driving is a little bit better in terms of topology, but still not at the proper level, especially if you're going to compare Need for Speed Heat to a CSR2 game for the iOS devices, and you will realize what I'm talking about, comparing details to details. So 33-32 FPS, so about 30 FPS, and it's playable for some people, especially for the old school gamers. This is how Pascal GPU architecture in this laptop, which is the Asus GL702VS laptop that was available for sale in the end of 2016 with a revised version of the GP104 GPU, which is in this GTX 1070 video card that is faster than GTX 1070 in the desktop, guys, by 128 CUDA cores, because I have 2048 CUDA cores in this GPU and 1920 CUDA cores in GTX 1070 in the desktop, and I have 128 TMU units on this GTX 1070 and 120 TMU units in the desktop versions. Okay, guys, but technically, because I'm going to be running hot, this laptop running right now completely stock. I didn't replace the thermal compound. The temperature will be hot on the CPU. Everything will be thermal throttling. Technically, it will be equal to desktop GTX 1070 because our advantages is only 3% of the boost. We're going to be equal to GTX 1070 on the desktop, or we're going to be even slower a little bit by, I would say, 5%. Keep that in mind. But anyways, this data is nice to compare to any kind of sort of GPUs, because as again, this is the Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture over here. Only the Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture will probably not crash at 12K resolution, and still be able to render 12K resolution, maybe even higher than 7 FPS at high, due to 12 gigabyte of VRAM, okay, and a little bit faster VRAM as well. But most of it, the frame buffer of the 12 gigabyte of VRAM. So 8 gigabyte of VRAM, guys, is not enough for 8K resolution. 35 FPS, okay, great. And this is the medium without the SSAO, playable. But if you completely want to have a beautiful experience, which is also amazing, switch to the low, and at 10K resolution, it looks like almost at high at 8K resolution. Let me go ahead and demonstrate it to you. Low without the SSAO, as you can see, without the motion blur. It doesn't matter, you can enable motion blur. It's not going to eat any FPS and decrease your FPS performance. So the shadow play technology is such a beautiful technology because it records in real time, and as you can see while switching the resolution, the Atomos 8K resolution 60 Hz 60 FPS recorder failed to record this video. It was desynchronized the audio and video badly, multiple times dynamically during the video. It was horrible footage. And Atomos is professional equipment. Why I did it? Because I was switching the resolution. This is why. But shadow play is unbelievable. But as again, shadow play is texting 3 FPS. So add 3 FPS to the FPS counter to get the FPS without the shadow play recording. Beautiful, guys. And low 22 seconds, 25 sometimes. But still beautiful. Check it out. Let me do some burnouts real quick. Yeah, above 30 FPS, beautiful. And this is low without the SSAO. Look at this texture quality on the asphalt. By the way, asphalt looks much better than in Need for Speed 2015 for sure, and I believe better than Need for Speed 2019, which is Need for Speed Heat, that was released in 2019. The textures on the asphalt and the quality of render, so keep that in mind. In my opinion, and this is on low to look like 8K resolution on high. Alright guys, you saw it. Now I'm going to switch to 8K resolution, 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio, and technically we're not going to have any issues. 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio. Window mode and full screen mode, I will demonstrate you at 8K resolution for your pure analyzation of the FPS and understanding how it applies window mode and the full screen mode under the Windows 10, which is pretty much using the DirectX 11 API as native, or any DirectX API as native, such as 9 API as native if necessary. Keep that in mind. So low, we're going to go ahead and switch to 8K resolution at low. We're going to start 8K resolution at low, just to compare 10K resolution at low and 8K resolution at low. So 34 FPS was 10K resolution at low. This is 10K resolution, how 10K resolution looks like, guys, under the 10K resolution screen. Let me real quick go and show it to you. The screen today is set to a 10K resolution. Right click, desktop, settings, 10,880 pixels by 5,760 pixels. This is the desktop resolution, and this is the 8K resolution. So I'm going to show you a little bit in the window mode, and then I'm going to show you the full screen mode. At low, 8K at low, guys. We didn't crash, we didn't overload the VRAM, we're so healthy on the VRAM, so it's like 6000 megabytes. You always want to keep this gap, guys, because the driver by NVIDIA decides this gap for you, and instead of storing in the VRAM, even if it would be enough to store still enough VRAM to receive some frame buffer data, but it's storing into the system RAM, and it's just ruining your pretty much FPS and ruining your milliseconds delay of each frame render, and pretty much delay between the hardware and software, which is GPU, VRAM, system RAM, and DirectX API as software. 60 FPS beautifully, running so nice and beautiful. Below 20 milliseconds feels so comfortable. Unfortunately, the game is locked to 60 FPS, as you can see, has the FPS cap. Beautiful delay. Wow, 8K resolution playable on this laptop beautifully. This is beautiful laptop, guys. Asus GL702VS, one of the best laptops released by Asus, but you need to replace the thermal compound. And if you can buy this laptop used from beautiful hands, used like new, for $700 in 2020, this laptop is good buy. But remember, replace the thermal compound with liquid metal on your own risk and conditions. Nobody will compensate you. Beautifully. The game is great, guys, as you can see. At 8K resolution is amazing. So 60 FPS is locked. Let me real quick go ahead and put to medium and high, and then I'm going to switch high at full screen. The reason why I want to do it, because at medium we're still going to be 60 FPS probably. I want to show you if it's going to be different in F to switching from window mode to full screen. Hopefully this makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the medium and standard SSIO standard. It's going to consume about 10% more, and from low to high it's like 15%. It's supposed to accept this without the game crash. Yep, it did, because we're healthy on our VRAM, and everything what can pretty much create the game crash, pretty much the crash of the DirectX 3D surface that we're rendering this kind of 2D images, because it's still 2D rasterization into the 3D direct 3D surface, and it's rendering. This is how the game engine works. But look at this FPS at medium. Yeah, we're already struggling. 43, 44. So at medium I will go ahead and switch to full screen just to see if it's going to be a difference. Beautiful, by the way. At 8K with the medium, still amazing. This game still looks great, guys, at 8K at medium. And keep in mind that you can pick up this game for 90 cents or maximum like $3.95 online through the Origin, and it's an amazing game to play. Pick it up, you're going to have a lot of fun. You can play with the gamepad, you can play online, you can play bicycles, bikes, police, all kind of racings, and the old school cars, and you can mod this game. It's a little bit better than classic version, and you can mod this game as well. This is great game for modding, and maybe you can release your own mod as your first software developer project. So 42, 45 FPS average, we're going to go ahead and switch it. 43 sometimes. We're going to go ahead and switch it now to full screen, because we're going to see the difference now. And instead of windowed, I'm going to go ahead and say go ahead and switch it to a full screen, and you can do it only with the shadow play in real time. This is just unbelievable. There's no other device on the planet Earth or software allow us to switch between the resolution and still recording at this crazy resolution video in real time, encoding in real time with the shadow play technology and NVIDIA HEVC codec, and still recording, and you can still relay on it. I'm a big fan of NVIDIA CEO. Okay, so the NVIDIA CO in 2019. Keep that in mind. 7680 by 4320 pixels, full screen, everything maxed out on medium with the SSA on. 4140, probably going to go to 43 again when I'm going to speed up. Wow, the FPS even a little bit lower, guys. The FPS is a little bit lower by 3 FPS on the full screen. So as you can see, as I mentioned to you guys, to some of the commenters on YouTube over the iPlay4k.com YouTube channel, that Windows 10 utilize the native DirectX API as rendering 2D or 3D, and of course you can disable it by native. It's utilizing the DirectX API, and it has no problem to render full screen or window mode in a lot of games. Maybe some games that poorly coded, and it probably has some problems to render them, but most of the games, as you can see, none. So 40 FPS, and we were like 42, 43 window mode. Nice. Okay, now full screen, completely high. Okay, there we go. Everything maxed out with SSA on, and we want to keep this SSA off. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. We probably can enable even the anti-aliasing a little bit. Guys, look how little that icon, little green icon at the bottom right corner of the shadow play. This is how small it is. And sometimes you saw that origin window come up at the bottom right corner. How small the resolution. Also just for those naysayers and trolls, but just to let you know, guys, everything maxed out, okay, with SSAO. But without the SSAO, it's even going to run better. And maybe without the SSAO, we can enable the anti-aliasing. So 38 FPS high, still enjoyable because below 30 milliseconds, but below 20 milliseconds, this game is amazing, guys, in latency delay. As you can see, right now it's 22, 29 milliseconds. Beautiful. The 8K resolution high, guys. Wow. With the SSAO, but I can disable the SSAO. But look at this, almost 7,000 megabytes at 8K. Everything is maxed out within the SSAO. So yeah, we are VRAM overloading, guys. So pretty much, as you can see, this is a pure computer science video. It's not about the gameplay. It's not about, but the game is amazing. Too bad that I'm a Need for Speed fan and I skip on this game. This game is amazing, and I know a lot of people playing this game. This game has beautiful soundtracks, moddable. You can play it with the friends, and it's affordable. And this game going to run on any laptop or any desktop that was for sale in 2018 or 2019 without any glitch at 1080p. Reminds me a little bit like Asphalt 9 or some Need for Speed. A little bit. This area that we just passed. Not the Need for Speed. The the Need for Speed, and one more game, which is Grid, as well. Kind of was using that kind of like a San Francisco kind of level design. 38 FPS, guys. 24 milliseconds latency delay, playable. Below 30 milliseconds. Not so comfortable, but playable, and also bingeable. We're about the bingeable. Benchmarks just to see where we can push it, and as well as if it's going to be gameable at least. So effects, I'm going to turn down the SSAO, guys. My voice is kind of squeaking because, guys, I recorded a lot of videos for you, a lot of iOS devices videos such as reviews and gameplays are coming, mobile games are coming, extension to iPlay4k, aka iPlay16k.com YouTube channel, or iPlay4k.com YouTube channel. 52, 53 FPS, wow. And unfortunately in this game there is only 2 views, like this and like that, but you can control how the camera position. Yeah, comfortable gameplay, guys, without the SSAO. 58 FPS. 60. If you're going to replace the thermal compound, you're probably not going to thermal throttling. I'm a little bit, I believe, not thermal throttling right now because I'm still above 3600 megahertz, but sometimes 3500 megahertz. So a little bit of the process thermal throttling happening on a CPU. So repasting, and this is, guys, the down volted right now. Completely stock everything, but down volted on the CPU through the Intel Extreme utility. Using the 0.9 650 volts on the CPU. A little bit cooler than it's supposed to on stock, but everything else is stock without any overclock. If you're going to thermal compound, replace the thermal compound liquid metal by thermal grease on your own risk and expenses. You can decrease the temperatures, and you can also overclock your GPU if you're going to also replace it on the GPU as well. Okay, guys, so this is the 8K resolution. As again, let's go ahead and wrap it up. But by the way, 8K resolution at higher, let me real quick go ahead and show you how it's looking. I know you want to see it. So this is how it's looking. Look at these details. Oh my god, it's unbelievable. Let me crash actually at 8K resolution, maxed out real quick. You want to see how it's looking. Check it out. Boom. 3D mesh deformation is just a beautiful 3D topology. You gotta create a beautiful 3D topology of the vehicle of this 3D model if you're going to create something like that. The deformation was in real time, amazing with such a details, and not so amazing in that particular scene, but it's amazing throughout the game. You're going to enjoy, and you can do all kind of acrobatic moves, jumps, racings here, play all kind of different modes, and this game is so affordable. I advise that you go ahead and get it, guys. You're going to have so much fun, like unbelievable, especially if you like in college on a laptop, grab this game, enjoy it. On the kind of cheap $200, $300 laptop, you're still going to enjoy it. This is the game for a $300 laptop, $200 laptop. Enjoy at 1080p, guys, and you just watching it at, you watch it at 10K resolution. We discussed 12K resolution, 7 FPS at high. Look at this, and 13, 14 FPS at low, without, of course, SSAO at low, but with the high with the SSAO. But that 12K resolution, 7 FPS, you crashing 4 times out of 5 times, and only 5th time you're loading the game in this resolution. So 8 gigs of RAM is not enough for 12K resolution in this particular game, such as Burnout Paradise Remastered, and of course 16K resolution is crashing big time, but it's loadable sometimes, like 6 times out of 1, and you're going to achieve, as again at low, 5-7 FPS. Okay, guys, good enough, and as you can see right now, the game is not crashing, everything is running smooth because healthy on the VRAM. We're going to go ahead and do 5K resolution, and I'm going to do the 5K resolution. Wait a second, we were at high at 8K resolution. Let's real quick 8K resolution, but let me go ahead and enable the anti-aliasing. I promise the anti-aliasing for some people. Hopefully still watching, go ahead and smash that like button. Anti-aliasing. So of course we don't want to FXAA because it's blurring the image, kind of adding some blur to the pixel through the compression. 2 times MSAA, 4 times MSAA, 8 times MSAA, none. 4 times MSAA. I still feel comfortable that we capable to handle it. 4 times MSAA. And right now, keep in mind, our VRAM usage is 6,972 megabytes. Alright, guys? So keep that in mind. We're switching the resolution. 4 times MSAA. 8K resolution at high. Without the SSAO. I think it's playable, and it is. Look at that FPS. Still fast FPS. Pretty much amazing GPU utilization. 97%, as you can see. 98%. Right now, GPU utilization we want to have as high as possible. Above 97% is excellent GPU utilization, and this is how we want to run our GPU all the time. We want to keep our CPU utilization as low. If you quad-core 8 threads, that this laptop is equipped today, quad-core 8 threads. But as you can see, it still can run even the classic games at above 8K resolution, and the quad core and 8 threads is still enough, guys. 6 core, 6 threads CPU is enough for resolution in 4K resolution and above in today gaming and in the future gaming. But 6 core power not going to be enough in the newer games at 1080p, because 1080p right now utilizing heavily CPU and less GPU, and you can see it throughout 1080p benchmarks. And this is not the GPU engineers fault, GPU design engineers fault and designers. It's how it is at 1080p. The Windows API, Windows operating system utilizing a lot of CPU instead of GPU, and at resolution 4K and above it's utilizing heavily the GPU and less on the CPU. As much calls as possible pushing through the GPU. Hopefully this makes sense. Beautiful. This is with 4 times anti-aliasing. Should I switch to 8 times anti-aliasing, or are we just going to crash with 8 times anti-aliasing? Let me real quick go ahead and see it. We could crash because right now we're utilizing 7,100 megabytes. We could crash, guys, but could be not. Could be hiccups. It could be we need to reload completely, reboot the game, exit the game, and restart the new an instance of the game, the new instance of the API. There is a possibility. Could be utilizing some system RAM properly and could be loading this. No, 1 FPS. No, we're not. Sometimes it's waking up on the Maxwell GPU architecture, on the Pascal GPU architecture, even on the Turing GPU architecture, and then it starts loading the system RAM properly. Sometimes it doesn't. I never saw in this game to wake up. Yes, it has the problem. 8 times MSAA, problem 1 FPS, very high, 900 milliseconds, 1000 milliseconds delay, latency delay. So yeah, this you don't want to play it like this. And okay, let's go ahead and switch it with 8 times MSA, but for 5K resolution, shall we? Okay, as you can see, I'm pressing enter, and just because it's just impossible, and you're probably going to see it in real time how it's impossible. But I'm trying to switch to 5K resolution, so pretty much 1 FPS update, so it takes like about 15 seconds to do that. Okay, and we so want to switch to 5K resolution. This is our goal. Come on, come on, come on, guys. In 5 more seconds, we will switch to the resolution. So 8K resolution, 8 times MSA. You see the story. VRAM overload, but it doesn't show VRAM overload. But it shows in terms of the FPS and in terms of milliseconds delay. It's not the GPU performance issue, guys. It's not the GPU architecture issue. Everything is fine here. The GPU is capable, but this is the VRAM. Okay? 5K resolution, come on. Hopefully we're not going to crash. We can even crash it right now because it's not going to be properly reinitializing the 3D surface to this resolution, and there's a possibility we can crash. Here we go, and 5 more seconds is going to accept. Come on, here we go. Okay guys, let's wait, let's hope our fingers. It's still recording with the shadow play, can you believe it? Even and when we're utilizing this crazy 100% on our GPU utilization, 100%, GPU struggling, GPU like I'm powerful, but it's not saving into the VRAM because the driver deciding system RAM overload over 8,700 megabytes. Completely, you can tell that. Okay, 5K resolution should be fine, but possibility. Let's see if it's going to wake up and reinitialize. It should be. I saw a lot of reinitialization of DirectX 3D API under different settings, and wasn't a problem. If it's going to crash, then come on. 5 more seconds is going to take it. Yep. Come on, reinitialization happens right now. should be without any problems. DirectX API is such a powerful, guys, API if you're programming games for PC. But unfortunately, guys, I believe that PC gaming will be dead in 2025. And this is not because I hate the PC. I'm a PC enthusiast. Guys, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm trying not to disinform you. And everybody will be playing in 2025 on the iOS devices, or they will be streaming games through the 5G internet or 1 gigabit internet on their devices. And it's better to have the device in your pocket, or like little iPad or a touchpad on the Android devices, and play the games. All right, so as you can see, its reinitialization happens so slow because it happens in real time within the game engine, and the FPS are so slow. But it will do it. Hopefully it's not going to crash. Nope, it didn't. Okay, it reinitialized. Excellent. 5K resolution. All what we need to do, as you saw that pop-up origin screen at the right top, so small. All what we gotta do right now, fix our. We don't want to see it like this. Let's switch back from 5K to 10K resolution, because it's rendering, guys, in 10K resolution real pixels, and I believe it's above 60 megapixels in real time. I will tell you in seconds what it is, but let me real quick go ahead, guys, and do something like this. Okay, we're going to lower the display information system at the right top. Here we go. So 5K resolution, 8 times MSA, guys. Craziness right here. If you PC gamer, this is the extreme visuals, beautiful visuals. Not the extreme, but beautiful visuals. Absolutely amazing visuals. Without the SSAO, 8 times MSAA, 5K resolution, GTX 1070, Pascal GPU architecture. What? Unbelievable, guys. I'm not sure when Shadowplay will cut me. It can cut me, and maybe NVIDIA fix it, but it was up to 45 minutes at 4K resolution, and at 8K resolution it's cutting after 25 minutes. But this is unbelievable experience at 5K resolution. Even an 8K resolution screen you're going to enjoy. Or, you know, you can play this at 5K resolution with this type of FPS, so it's going to be locked at 60 FPS, 8 times MSA without any issues. The GPU utilization also will be not great, not good, but as you can see, it's going to be nice. And this is very playable, guys. I think it's going to be comfortable because we're going to squeeze that FPS cap of the game engine. And as again, I don't have the vertical synchronization. It's disabled. It's just a cap in the game. This reminds me of the Need for Speed so bad. Does it to you guys? There's jumping and stuff. So everything from the old school Need for Speed games will be in this game. So 5K resolution, 8 times MSA, beautiful. Just beautiful, but without the SSAO, guys. What is the SSAO? SSAO pretty much shadow around the 3D objects around the edges, and it's like in the Photoshop when the layer outlined the borders of the layer, as a you can inner shadows for the layer options. Same thing. Hopefully you understand what I mean. SSAO can be a problem. Let's go ahead and have a look. 5K resolution with 8 times MSAA could be a problem, but not. We're utilizing better right now our GPU, and this is how you want to play it. We're utilizing above 96%, 96-97%, so this is very good utilization, but not excellent. Excellent will be 99-100%, sometimes even 95, but still better utilization than without the SSAO. So pretty much if you have GTX 1070, if you have 4K resolution, still play 5K resolution with the downsampling to 4K resolution. So 5K resolution downsampling to 4K resolution, you're going to enjoy, because the visuals, the clarity of the pixels will be on another level, guys, and you can tell. If you have a great vision, you can tell. If you have a bad vision, maybe you cannot tell, but right now it's so beautiful, so comfy, and it's below 20 milliseconds. So yes, this game is comfy below 20 milliseconds, but it's playable below 30 milliseconds. So this is the rule for this particular game. But as I told you guys, the rule for any game below 10 milliseconds is going to be comfortable. but below 1 millisecond is going to be outstanding performance. But unfortunately, you can achieve this performance with Titan RTX in the old classic games or RTX 2080 Ti with the Turing GPU architecture. Because I believe Turing GPU architecture has level 2 cache, more of level 2 cache than Pascal GPU architecture, and this allows Turing GPU architecture to handle high resolution a little bit better. But as again, this is the theory. I didn't compare it yet. I didn't compare, but I will compare different technologies and level of 1 GPU cache and level of 2 GPU cache. I didn't compare it yet, but this is one of my theory as a software developer, 3D artist, graphic designer, PC gamer, PC overclocker, PC enthusiast. Okay guys, don't forget to smash that like button, guys. This is 5K resolution with SSAO, still above 50 FPS, still below 20 milliseconds. Comfortable and beautiful experience. Okay, so I think 4K doesn't make any sense because the FPS will be locked, but at 60 FPS. But I'm going to go ahead and real quick go ahead and show it to you. 4K resolution, which is 3840 pixels by 2160 pixels. Everything, of course, maxed out with 8 times MSAA. Let's go ahead, guys, and have a look, shall we, guys? Okay, I will try, guys, to upload this video in 8K resolution, but if not, then I will upload this video in 4K resolution. We will see. Hopefully 8K resolution if this video is not going to be above 1 hour. If 1 hour and above, then it's going to be 4K resolution, because 8K resolution of 2-hour video will be hilarious around, I would say, around 2 terabytes, almost 1.8 terabyte, 8K resolution in 60 FPS in 2 hours. So that's why you need that much storage. As you can see, as I told you, it's going to be locked. It is locked, but as again, it's nice to see the FPS so we can compare with the future GPU architecture, and I'm definitely going to compare it, guys, on the Turing GPU architecture. So stay tuned, look at this. You can do all the tricks, all the acrobatics here, so you can race, you can do a lot of great things in this PC game. And this game is amazing. As again, if you're a college student, to play this game on any device, you're going to enjoy it. So 60 FPS lock, no problem. Everything is beautiful. And at 4K resolution with Turing GPU architecture, GTX 1070 and above, performance of video cards of GPU architectures, above performance of GTX 1070, you're going to be good to go and enjoying this experience. Even get yourself a gamepad and get your friends, and they can play it on any devices as well. Even if you're watching this in high school, it's going to be great as well. Like if senior in high school, plus you can program on this type of laptops as well. If computer science, if computer science is your major, and I advise you to have computer science your major, it's beautiful, guys. Okay, this is pretty much it, guys. And what's going to happen right now, I'm going to go ahead and real quick quit, and I'm going to show you the system that I was running today, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up with this video. It's probably already over 1 hour. Don't forget to smash that like button, and I gotta go to do some other holiday things. The desktop, as again, was set at 10K resolution. For those naysayers, I'm going to real quick go ahead and show it to you at 500 DPI under the scale, 500% scale. Real quick, show you 10,880 by 5,760 pixels, guys. This laptop came with mechanical drive, and I was running it on the mechanical drive, but on the USB external storage, which is 4 terabytes, and but it doesn't matter. With SSD, maximum 1 or 2 FPS if you're going to play on it. It's just the loading time. So real quick, I'm going to show it to you guys that this is how I scored under the CPU Z. So this laptop was running stock. As you can see, this laptop is pretty much 3.7 gigahertz on the turbo boost. It's a quad core 8 threads, but running 2.8 gigahertz on kind of cool and quiet mode. It was 4 cores 8 threads. Okay, cache was, here we go, 32 gigs, level 3 6 megabytes, level 2 cache on the CPU 256 kilobytes, level 1 cache 32 kilobytes. Motherboard, of course, the laptop is Asus GL702VS, and this is the memory, 2400 megahertz, the cheapest possible, 1200 megabytes, I mean 12,000 megabytes or 12 gigabytes, and you want to make it 16 gigabytes, so one stick will be 4 gigabytes. You want to remove that and replace your 8 gigabytes, and I'm going to create the video when I'm going to show you when I'm going to do it on this laptop, as well when I'm going to repaste the thermal compound on this laptop over the iPlay4k.com YouTube channel, so stick around, it's going to be great. Okay, this is the video card. As you can see, it has, guys, unbelievable, it doesn't show, but it has 8 gigabyte of VRAM. It doesn't show the TMU units and all of this information, but under this benchmark, under this CPU Z version 1.87.064 bit, under the benchmark version 17.01.64 that came in this software of this version, I scored single core 389 down volted on my CPU. So when the CPU is feeling cool, as you can see, from 330 under like 100% fan rotation, but the voltage set by motherboard 330, I can increase to 389. So if you're going to replace the thermal compound paste, you're going to increase at least, I would say, 5-10% at least of performance on a CPU. Okay, this is the multi-core versus my i9-9900K at 5.3 gigahertz with 6 core and hyper-threading technology disabled, so 6 cores and 2 cores is disabled. I'm over here, guys, 630, sometimes even 650 on a single core thread, and on the multi-core threads I'm going to be above 360, I mean above 3600. So you can imagine the performance, and pretty much from the newer generation of the CPU, we're increasing by 10 performance stock to stock. And then if they see that generation of the CPU is overclockable, you can gain even farther distance, or you can use the older GPU, or I mean older the CPU generations. But if that CPU generation was very overclockable, you must to gain performance plus 10% to pretty much show the same performance as the newer one step ahead generation of that CPU is better, is available, and you want to match it. You want to clock it to 10% higher on the frequency of the CPU, then that CPU is going to be running. 2 generations is going to be 20% higher, so keep that in mind. So my i9-9900K, guys, in 2020 will be still one of the fastest gaming CPU. I did a great choice in the 2018, and thank you so much for watching in the great videos in 2019. Hopefully you're enjoying my videos. Don't forget to smash that like button. Before I will let you go, guys, a lot of video reviews, video gameplays are coming, including the computer software developing videos, 3D rendering videos, Photoshop tutorial videos. But before I will let you go, let me real quick and show you the IDA. I'm going to real quick, guys, show you the IDA, and I'm going to, under the IDA, IDA 64 Extreme version, I'm going to show you the CUDA cores and on my GPU and TMU units, so you can compare this data, as well as level 1 and level 2 cache. Okay, IDA is loading. It's a little bit confused. I'm just curious what the Burnout Paradise game developers were thinking when I was playing the game on this crazy 16K resolution when I'm logging in, because unfortunately in Burnout Paradise game you gotta log into the server even to play the single player. So keep that in mind, guys. So you need to have an internet, but the game is amazing and going to run on any laptop. So if you're a college student, if you have the internet and cheap $200, $300 laptop that you purchased in 2018, 2020, you're going to have a lot of fun. And this is, by the way, the first video, guys, 10K resolution rendered in real time, showed you the performance of Burnout Paradise Remastered. Okay, what's going on here? IDA. Okay, IDA loaded. We got the IDA. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick my CPU information, then the GPU information for those naysayers. Real quick, what kind of support was this CPU from 2016, guys? Mobile CPU, which is amazing, in Core i7 quad core, 8 threads, so 8 virtual core in Windows. Look at this, all this support for those who's curious about this computer. Very beautiful system. If you can buy it used like new for $750, this is great buy. If you cannot buy RTX 2060 laptop for 600-700 bucks, otherwise buy the RTX 2060 laptop. Okay, guys. So level 1 cache 32, level 2 cache 256, level 3 cache 6 megabytes. This is the CPU. And real quick, I'm going to switch. Let me show you what kind of memory this guy has. Over here, guys, you can go ahead and study this. 8 gigabytes Samsung sticks, and you can replace it with Crucial or G-Skill or Corsair 2400. G-Skill is the best for this laptop. This is what I'm going to use, 8 gigs, so 16 gigs total. Okay, and real quick about, guys, about the GPU, and you can see for those naysayers that this GPU is supporting, let me go ahead and show it to you. So supporting 2048 CUDA cores on board. Okay, and it has the level 1 cache, which is 24 kilobytes, and level 2 cache 2 megabytes. Local data shared through the Windows 96 kilobytes. Okay, some information for you. So let me real quick go ahead and GPU. So I'm going to show you that this GPU, Pascal GPU architecture, maximum supporting 16K resolution as 3D direct 3D surface rendered, okay, or the texture rendered in a single texture in 3D surface look like 32K resolution. Okay, but XYZ supporting 16K resolution as 3D world of the 3D surface under DirectX API or under OpenGL, same story. Under anything will be the same story, guys. Okay, here we go. So pretty much you understood, and yes, I showed you guys everything what I could. The fan rotation in this laptop was running 100%. It's loud as single RTX Titan RTX dual fan video card or single RTX 2080 Ti dual card running 100%. When the laptop is running at 100% and the fan rotation was running 100%, everything was shared with you as real-time information and experience from a professional PC overclocker, PC enthusiast, PC gamer. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Right now I'm putting some great videos for you to check out, and go ahead and subscribe, guys. Make sure and ring the bell, share it with your friends, positive comments, guys, and I will see you in the next videos. If you don't see the videos, check the video description, and I will see you guys in the next videos. Till the next time, peace.